Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Juliet from Jules Closet, and if this is your first time coming across this channel, you're highly welcome. This is one channel that sewing is made easy for you. So please do well to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more of these amazing tutorials and videos. So on today's episode, I'll be showing you how to go about drafting a basic bodice pattern. So this basic bodice pattern can be used for your tops, your blouses, and also your gowns. So please stay tuned because you have so much to learn. On my pattern paper, I've gone ahead to draw out the horizontal lines that I'll be needing for this pattern. So first is my starting line, my bust point, my waistline, and my hip line or the full length line. So I went ahead to label them appropriately. And the remaining space we have by the side is for the zip allowance. I went about these measurements by placing my tape from the starting point down to 10 inches to get my bust point and also to 16 inches to get my waistline. Then from the waistline to my hip line is 9 inches. On my starting line, which is also my shoulder line, I'll go ahead to draw out my shoulder measurement, which is 16 inches divided by 2, and I have 8 inches. And from that point, I'll be coming down by 1 inch. This 1 inch will serve as my shoulder slant. From the 1 inch mark that I have, I'll be getting my armhole measurement, which is my bust divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. So my bust is 38 inches, and when divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches, I'll get almost 8 inches. So I've gone ahead to mark that out. So from the sides, I'll just trace out my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches, along those lines that I have, just like you see me doing. Then I'll go ahead and connect these lines together to meet each point. From this end point of our armhole, I'll go ahead and draw out a straight line, just like you see me doing. And this straight line is going to be our chest line. So at this point, I'll go ahead and draw out my neck measurement. And for a basic bodice pattern, the neck measurement is usually 3 inches for the width and 3 inches for the depth for the front of your dress, 1 inch for the depth for the back of the dress. So because I'm drawing both front and back of my pattern on one pattern paper, I've gone ahead to mark out my 3 inches point and my 1 inches point. Then I'll join that together to the 3 inches I have as the width. And I'll just trace this out with my marker so that it will be more visible. And if you have a curved ruler, you can make use of it at this point to get a perfect curved shape. From that point of my neckline, I'm going to be connecting it downwards to form our shoulder slope. On the chest line, I'll be marking out my bust measurement, and I'll be placing my tape in such a way that my measurement doesn't go into the zip allowance. So my bust measurement is 38, and when divided by 4, I have 9.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark out 9.5 inches. And from that point, I'll make a curve to meet my armhole line so that I'll form a good armhole curve. So for this space that we have, I'll go ahead and label it zip allowance. The next thing I'll do is to mark out the darts for this pattern. And remember, we are drafting both front and back pattern on one pattern paper. And this dart is going to serve for both front and back pattern. My nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. That is the distance from my 2 nipples. And I'll go ahead and divide it by 2, which is 4 inches. And I went ahead to mark out that 4 inches on the bust point, the waistline and the hip line. And I'll connect it all together with my rule, just like you see me doing. From the bust point, I came down by 1 inch. And on the hip line, I'll be going up by 3 inches. On the waistline, I'll be going out on both sides of the line by ½ inch. You can also decide to make use of 3/4 inches or 1 inch. And from this point that I have, I'll be marking it upwards to meet the point that we have below our bust line. Also, from those same points, I'll be marking them to meet the point we had before our full length. And now, as you can see, we formed a perfect dart. At this point, I'll be taking my other body measurements. On the chest line, I've already taken my bust measurement, which is 9.5 inches, and I went ahead to add extra 1.5 inches for my sewing allowance. I'll be marking my waist measurement on the waistline, which is 32 inches, and when divided by 4 is 8 inches. I marked out the 8 inches and added my 1.5 inches sewing allowance, and I also go ahead and measure what I have as my dart at that point, which is 1 inch, and I'll replace it at the side. On the hip line, my hip measurement is 42 inches, and when divided by 4 is 10.5 inch. I marked that out and added my 1.5 inches sewing allowance. Now I can go ahead and connect these points together. From the mark I have on the chest line to my waistline, then down to the hip line. For this pattern, I won't be making use of the dart that I have, so that's why I didn't include my dart allowance. But if I'm going to make use of the darts on the dress that I'm making, I'll definitely add the dart allowance. So I just connected those points just like you see me doing, and you know, around the waist is not really sharp, it's a bit curvy, so I just went in with curving it out just like I'm doing. On the zip allowance part, you can also decide to add a dart around that area to prevent bulging out of that zip area. So I extended the line I had on the waistline, and on that line I marked out ½ inch inwards. I also extended the line I had on the chest line and also the line on the hip line. And from that ½ inch point I have on the waistline, I'll connect it just like you see me doing in a slanted manner upwards to the chest line, and also from the ½ inch line I'll connect it downwards to the hip line just to match what we already have there. So this is how you form a dart on your zip area. On the neck area, I'll be extending the front and the back neckline that I have, just like you see me doing. And after that, I'll go ahead and cut this pattern out. But remember, since I drafted both front and back pattern on the same pattern paper, I'll first of all cut out my back pattern before I'll go ahead to cut out the front pattern. So just watch as I'm doing so. So first, I went in with cutting the neckline of the back, then down to the shoulder, then the armhole area, and the rest of the body of the pattern. And on the zip area, I also cut out the darts that I have there. And as you can see, what I have now is my back pattern. To get my front pattern from this same pattern paper, I'm going to be modifying this to fit in for the front pattern, but this is after I've used my pattern paper to cut out the back of my top, my blouse, or my gown. And once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and do the modifications that I need to turn this into a front pattern. So the first thing I'll be doing is to readjust my armhole measurement. So I'll take the full length of what I have there and divide it by 2, which is almost 4 inches, and I marked that out. At that point, I'll be going in by ½ an inch. And from the shoulder, I'll connect this with a curve to meet our chest line, just like you see me doing. So if you have a curved ruler, it will be easier to do this. So now this is what my front armhole should look like, and I'll go ahead and cut out the excess. I'll also be cutting out my front neckline, just like you see me doing. After that, I'll then go in with cutting off the zip allowance, or you can as well just fold it in just like I'm doing, because we won't be needing that part anymore since this is the front pattern. Finally, I'll go ahead and cut out that part I have on the armhole area. And this is what our perfect front bodice pattern looks like. I hope you found this video helpful and valuable. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more of these interesting videos.